Well, hello guys, this is as always Martin Dolan Vasilev and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Probably from the title of the video, you already know what are we going to discuss today. Yes, you guessed it right. This is the last, I want to underline it, last ever CSGO Major Champions Pick'ems. My goodness. It has been 10 years, 10 beautiful years of watching competitive CS, 10 years of feeling so many great emotions, of pure love for CSGO, of stories unfolding before our eyes, and stories that were created out of nothing, stories that will remain forever in the history of the game. And it definitely feels surreal making this video because I know that after the Paris Blast TV Major is over, then likely CS2 would take place and likely CSGO will go down. But I grew up playing this game. I grew up watching professional matches on it, and definitely a big part of myself is just related to that game, and it will remain so for the ages. So definitely a little bit more emotional video, but nonetheless, I really hope that you're going to enjoy it. So, one last quick announcement. Today's sponsors of the video, as always, are me, myself, and I. So please, I beg you, if you like this video, if you find my channel to be useful in any way, please hit that subscribe button, leave a like, maybe even leave a comment, and yeah, support me. I would really, really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. And let's move on to the main content. Okay guys, now time for the last ever Champions Pick'ems. You can see it on your screen. We have 8 teams, actually the best 8 teams that made it all the way to the playoffs. And my goodness, what matches are we going to witness? What a major. I'm gonna actually start by choosing the winner of the last match, because I feel like this will definitely be easier for me to do, because you can see that the first one is already a banger. So who is going to win between Vitality and Into the Breach? Now, Into the Breach surprised everyone. Obviously, if you don't know what they did, you have either been living under a rock or you have never had access to the internet. But these guys are legit. These guys are good. These guys are playing a really, really interesting CS right now. And while I feel like they have good chances against Vitality simply because of the map pool of Into the Breach, and simply because they beat some of the best teams that we had so far in the tournament. And obviously they needed to go through ends. That Vertigo was super clean on their side. The game against Fnatic was also crucial, because after losing their pick Inferno, I thought that it was over. But these guys managed to overcome themselves, managed to reach the top 8. However, I believe in Vitality. I think that the form of ZywOo right now is just insane, especially after Simple was eliminated by FaZe Clan. I feel like there's literally no stops in front of ZywOo. Magisk together with Spinks showed us that they can be one of the most dangerous duos out there, especially when they are put in a 2 versus 4 situations. And I believe that Spinks' statistics have also been more than solid. Magisk has some, or had rather, in some of the maps some decent performance as well, and together with the like the gameplay, you know, that comes out of Apex as an in-game leader, and obviously the experience of dupreeh, just noting the fact that he is the only player in CSGO history who has attended all majors. I think that this will simply put Vitality in the leading role. I think that they can, worst case scenario, give a map to Into the Breach, but I think that this goes 100% to Vitality, especially considering the fact that the major will be played in front of a French crowd, and we know how cool those Vitality B fans are, right? And we know how creative they can be in supporting their team. I witnessed this thing when I was in Antwerp in 2022, and it was crazy, and it was Antwerp. This is Paris, guys. This is Paris with two French people playing in front of a home crowd. Like, Zawu is playing in his hometown. I mean, this is literally the major for Vitality to win. And in any case, into the bridge, as I mentioned, probably a map. Maybe they can somehow steal Vertigo if they play it against Vitality, but it should be the Beast coming out. Actually, not the Beast, but the French favorite coming out in this matchup. Now the second one, Liquid versus Apex. Apex surprised everyone. The same goes for Liquid. I personally thought that at least Liquid had a chance, but did not expect to see a 3-1 out of the North American representatives. So definitely some solid opportunities for NA to finally prove itself, especially in the last ever CSGO major. For Apex, the situation looks promising. Definitely Nok and Sticko are guys to keep an eye on. I think that overall this Apex roster is quite fun to keep an eye on, but in the end I need to put Liquid. I think that the experience on their side is simply more, and this is what is going to make the big difference in this derby between these two teams, right? And I know that Apex also has some good players, some experienced ones, but I just feel like it's going to be the NAF show. I think that Yekinder can step up. I think that the fact that Yekinder takes a little bit of the shot calling in Team Liquid helps Nitro step up his individual performance. I feel like also OC is massive for Liquid throughout the event, or has been massive at least so far for Liquid throughout the event. So definitely an interesting team. Maybe in some situations, if they win against Apex, they could have decent chances against Vitality, but I'm going to obviously talk a little bit more about this one just a tiny bit later in this video. Next matchup, Monte versus Gamer Legion. Wow, I mean, I didn't expect to see neither of these two teams here. What a success both for Monte and Gamer Legion. I think that Gamer Legion for sure deserve a spot in the playoffs. And what they did, they were actually one best of 3 away from being eliminated, right? And to just find the inner force in yourself, to find your inner self and bounce back in such a fashion is incredible. For Monte and more specifically SDY, the dream continues. For Voro, especially that last game against Navi was the decider, and I feel like this is what is going to give Monte wings. And yeah, I know that they are missing their coach. I know that they don't have a really important piece in their puzzle, but I just think that they're simply better. So I'm gonna put Monte here. I love Gamer Legion. I really enjoy watching Gamer Legion. This is one of the most typical Tier 2 derbies, which you can see, but I just feel like Monte will qualify for the semifinal. And now, Heroic versus FaZe Clan in the quarterfinal of the last ever CSGO major. This is either a joke or a scenario which I would have never guessed to see in the like just the turn of events in the Paris major. This is a tough one. I think that this is likely a semi-final before the semi-final, or maybe even a final before the final. The thing is, FaZe Clan somehow survived throughout all the stages, from the RMR all the way until the playoff stage, and I don't know how they did it. Like they were literally one best of 3 away from not making it, and they managed to qualify through the last chance qualifier. From there, they secured a 3-1 during challengers, and then they barely made it after going 0-2. In Legends. Like the comeback has been insane. I mean, they nearly threw their game against Bad News Eagles. Then they needed to come back from a 9-15 deficit, so a 6-round deficit against Navi, against Simple. one of the two best players in the world, and you make it? Like an insane underdog story. But honestly, what I saw, at least until now, from Heroic, they are the number one team. There is a reason why these Danish guys have been put into this first place in the HOTV ranking, and I feel like they will get on top. They already beat at FaZe. It was 16-7, if I'm not mistaken, Devastation on Inferno, so I feel like they will repeat their performance and win it here to secure their spot into the semis. Between Heroic and Monte, I just feel like Heroic are the better team. Yeah, Monte have some solid players like SDY, like Voro, like Boros, but I just think that Shush is on form, delivering multi-frags left and right. Cadian, wow, he has been insane. I mean, his AWP is more than solid. His shot calling, perfect. He has Yabi, excuse me. He has Stone, the machine, the highest rated player on Heroic. They have also Tessis, who often tends to be the stable factor for that team. So definitely expecting to see Heroic all the way to the finals. And I really want to see actually Heroic making it to the final, because they have choked in their last couple of finals, right? First, it was like what they choked at Rio in that final against VP. They didn't manage to finish their job. In IM Rio, which was the last tournament that we saw out of Heroic, they also choked, this time against Vitality. So I feel like I really need to see that IEM Rio final. So I'm gonna put Vitality, probably expected for some. I think that Liquid will definitely put a big fight. I think Naf, if he steps up as it has been the case throughout the Legend stage, suddenly it is the dark horse Liquid, as you can tell by their logo. But I just feel like Vitality would be slightly better. They will take the advantages given to them, especially on maps like Nuke or Vertigo, maybe even Anubis, even though this one is a strong map for Liquid. I just feel like overall Vitality right now are the better team and the better individual players. And yeah, call me biased or whatever, but ZywOo deserves a final. I mean, we are in France, and if ZywOo doesn't get his final, then yeah, it will be a shame. So definitely want to see Apex and ZywOo making it all the way to the final. And yeah, wow, Heroic Vitality, 3 maps, probably overtimes. And who's going to win it on the day? Well, Heroic play good against home crowds, but they choke in playoffs. And will they choke again? Well, thing is, I don't really know. Yeah, I don't really know who to put, actually. I think both teams have solid chances, and maybe the majority of people would put Heroic, the other majority would put Vitality. Maybe neither of them is going to win the tournament. I really don't know, especially after what happened in Legends. So if you ask me, I'll put Vitality. I really want to just see, you know, a Dupree finishing his like historical run of attending all majors with a title. I think that ZywOo deserves one to just solidify himself as the best player in the world right now, and obviously in the history of CSGO. So yeah, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We clicked the update picks and we have it done. These are my ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this video. Once again, I'm more than grateful to have you here on this YouTube video and overall on my YouTube channel. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave a like or a comment if you found this video to be in any way useful or at least funny. Thank you so much for all the support. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe.